All right, welcome to the very first video in this course where we're going to begin our work by building out a fictional project. Now, I want you to download this link is available. It is a .fig file that you can download and it's accessible on this page. And I want you to open it up and you're going to see a page called Client Brief, which is the only page that will exist. Along with these three frames. All right, so this is a client brief. Now, a client brief comes in many different forms. Usually they could be in PDF format. You could send it as just an email questionnaire. But the whole point essentially is to gather as much information as possible from the client or your boss or whoever you're working with so that you can design a product that meets their needs as much as possible. And that's just a very simple definition. What we're going to do is we're going to look at this fictional brief that I prepared, and it's very typical. It's something that you would see in many other projects and real world projects as well. So I've structured it in three different sections, and of course these fictional briefs, there are briefs in general, not just fictional. They come in many different shapes and sizes. So it all depends kind of on the project itself, and you may need to tailor your own. So at the end of the course, or one of the last modules in resources, I do want to provide some examples of project briefs that you can use if you wish, and that way you can send to clients. So let's take a look at the basic information here. Here's the business information, and the name of this company is CryptoFix, as you can see. The URL is cryptofixads.com. That's not really important for us for this demo, but here's the information about it. So we're an ad agency in the cryptocurrency industry. All right, so think cryptocurrency or blockchain, and then think of advertising and advertisements. So advertisers can join CryptoFix and create ad campaigns that will be placed on a variety of cryptocurrency websites and apps. These properties include cryptocurrency exchanges, blogs, and influencers. We allow exchanges, blog owners, and influencers in the crypto space to join as publishers and list their ratings and ad types. So basically they're a middleman company, and a lot of these exist in the real world. And so they bring publishers, and they also bring the advertisers together. So a publisher is somebody who owns, an exchange, a blog about cryptocurrency, or an influencer who talks about cryptocurrencies. So those are the publishers. And then the advertisers are the people who have products that they want to create ad campaigns for in order to attract attention and sales, essentially, from these publishers and the eyes that frequent their content. All right, so that's the gist of the business. Very important to understand any business you're designing a website for. So what is your USP? Sometimes this is a common question that you'll see on a brief. It's the unique selling proposition. All right, so basically what that means is what is it that makes you unique apart from your competitors in the same space? What is it that you have to have that's offer? What's your edge? So we have facilitated a relationship with the top 5 cryptocurrency exchanges. So if a client responds with their USP, whatever they say first that's going to be a really important selling point. And so you have to factor that into your design thinking. We offer our advertisers the most visibility in this space as compared to our competitors. So what is the USP about this business? They've established relationships with the top cryptocurrency exchanges. Basically, this means that if you go with CryptoFix for your advertising campaign, you will probably get the most views. You're basically the largest ad network. So that is a very good USP. So do you know your target audience? Some clients, if you're working with people, make a small mom and pop shop, they won't even know what you mean by this. So sometimes you have to educate them. But they're going to say 25 to 34-year-olds. They're male, 90%. And it's a global market. It's not like it's a localized market where it's a brick and mortar business. This is cryptocurrency. It's global. All right. So is this a website redesign? Yes, but we want a complete redesign. So we don't want you to take any inspiration from it. All right. So sometimes this will be a case. Really, what we're treating this as is just a brand new web design because they don't want any inspiration taken from the previous example. All right, so list your competitor URLs. So we have right here a few actual real competitor URLs. So we will want to take a look at each one of these so that we can see what the competitors are doing. very important to do competition research. So let's do that now. Just take a look at this. So we have one called Rich Push, part of Rich Ads. Now, one thing I see right away for me personally, their logo looks cheap. Now, when you're a UI, UX designer, you're very rarely assigned the task of designing a logo, but this is just something I'm recognizing that we can definitely at least improve, or you can make the suggestion that, hey, we're gonna have a much better logo than this. So reach new audiences with push ads. All right, get more conversions with the leading push notification advertising, blah, 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 blah. So they mention nothing about cryptocurrency so far that I see. So it looks like there's games, there's dating, retail. So it doesn't really look like they focus specifically on cryptocurrencies. In fact, if I do a Control F, is crypto even mentioned once, or blockchain or Bitcoin? Not even mentioned once. All right. So sometimes a business, the owners might send you different websites that are for their competitors, but they're not necessarily direct competitors. And so this is the case here. All in all, it's not a horrible design. Everything's looking pretty decent to me, but I wouldn't say this is a direct competitor. Let's try cryptoads.exchange. We'll take a look at this. All right, one thing I'm noticing right off the bat is the little Virtus watermark right here. These things right here that you see, at least it's a watermark. These were real popular like back in 2016 or so. It's kind of like a really overused effect, especially in the cryptocurrency and blockchain environment. So we're going to steer clear of that because it's simply overplayed. We don't want to set ourselves on trends that just you see on every other cryptocurrency website. All right, so that's the first thing that I've noticed here. Coming down to have, it's important to look at your navigation structure. Customers, they have a marketing accounting, a blog, about us, and contact us. This right here looks like a banner almost. So I don't even like this off the bat. It looks like some type of, I don't even know what it is essentially, and there's bad alignment. So we definitely create something for this client that is certainly better and makes more sense. All right, so very important. We're not going to take too long just looking at all of this information. Let's look at the next one, Cointraffic.io. Leading crypto and Bitcoin advertising network. So far, my immediate impression this is probably the best one so far in terms of design. They do have quite a few links up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's honestly, I would keep it between 5 to 6, 7 possibly, but what I would have done in terms of design is take these 6 right here, center them, because login and sign up kind of go together hand in hand, so you can kind of create its own little navigation off to the side. Looking at here, they have a nice call to action for launching a campaign. Very important there. Trusted by, okay, so they have a trust section down here. Very important for landing pages, not just for cryptocurrency, but for any landing page in general, to show areas where if you have logos of businesses that have used your product or service, this helps build confidence from the potential visitors who might potentially become users. Smart solution, they're giving us just general information about their product. More information here. A call to action for getting assistance. All right, so this is probably the best of the 3 different competitors that we have to go off of. All right, let's continue on reading this brief. Client preferences. So it's important to gauge, what the client is looking for. Now, sometimes it's important also to give a little bit of pushback where it's needed. If a client has a preference that completely does not make sense and will work against them, it's up to you to educate them as much as possible. But still, you need to ask these questions. And at a bare minimum, these 4 right here. So what type of company image do you want to promote? All right, so this is all about, this is going to help you design and choose your colors and your topography and all your design decisions most effectively. If they have a brand where they want to be perceived as fun and energetic, then you obviously wouldn't design their site in such a way that would be the antithesis of that, essentially. So right here, we say we want a more serious and professional tone. Sometimes I've seen many clients that say that they'll just leave it up to them or leave it up to me based on our product. So a lot of these questions, they can vary greatly between clients. Color theme preferences. We don't have any particular color schemes in mind. We want to avoid light pinks and browns. All right, fair enough. Topography, none, except we don't want anything like Comic Sans or serif fonts for the most part. So this is a sans serif font. A sans serif font. This right here, if we turn this into like Times New Roman, remember that's a serif font. It has all those little things hanging off the letters. All right, so they don't want that, and I would agree that you can't really go wrong with sans serif, especially for a technology-based company. All right. Additional comments: we need a top-notch design that's responsive and works well on all devices. We're looking forward to what you produce. Fair enough. Now in the final section, we have features and content. So what are the core features of your services? All right, or your service rather. So number one, we've partnered with 5 of the largest exchanges. We've gone over that already. Advertisers can mint their ad campaign with NFT ads. Okay, interesting. Advertisers can pay in crypto in USD. All right, so these 3 core features are something that we want to feature then prominently on the landing page. So now they go on into describing some other information about their service essentially. So here's an analytics system. All right, I'm not going to read all these because we'll be here for a while. They also provide more information on the exchanges that they offer. This is going to become important because we're going to take a look at all this stuff more in depth as we start to design out the whole project. They also offer featured, they want a featured testimonial right here from somebody who's a prominent person. That's going to be a thing that we want to really designate space and priority to in the landing page. Please show the following companies that have used us. All right, so we're just going to assume they're really large companies. And then we can see down here, we have pages. So this particular customer, or client rather, has designated a page section for ad types, starting a campaign, login form, and a contact form and info. All right, so this is, it looks like there's going to be 4 different pages as a part of our navigation. So we're going to design a total of 5 pages: the home page / landing page, and then an ad types page, starting a campaign, which is also kind of like registering, a login form, and a contact form and information. All right, so sometimes, depending on the client you're working with, they may not be able to provide you with all the pages that they need, and it may be up to you to structure that content in that navigational structure. For us, we're going to assume that we already have it here, but it is important to ask them which pages that they want, because they may have a good idea of what they certainly do want. All right, and that is it. We're going to refer back to this client brief section in this document a lot. So we're actually going to add another page here, and in the next video, next section of this course, we're going to start wireframing a low fidelity design based on the information that we find here in the client brief.